Hello. Oh wow, it's quiet. What the heck? Hello? Wow, where'd my audio go? Where's my BGM? Hello? There we go. Hello. I just realized that I have a tag on my stream that says drops enabled. And I don't remember putting that there. I don't have drops enabled, not today. Not right now. Let me remove. Wait a minute, they just put that on my stream. It's not under my own things, but they put it under the tags under my stream. I didn't put that there, I put it there itself. What the heck? Okay, Twitch. Anyways. New thing of the stream. I have expression, well, better expressions, so I can move my eyebrows more. I didn't even know I could do this. I didn't even know I could like move my eyebrows this like much. Before I could only move my eyebrows like this. Like that. And I was like, yeah, I think that's it. That's it. We are still on ad break, I know. I'm just talking because there are some people who, I don't know, don't get the full ad break. We're chilling. How are you guys? Hey, ads? I don't know. Is it? Is that what you're getting? What are they? What kind of ads are you getting? Oh my gosh, Twitch. I'm so sorry. Hey, ads. It makes me run at least, I don't know what people would prefer. I have either, I can disable ads and it makes me run a 30-second ad every, I believe every hour. And it turns pre-rolls on, so my pre-rolls are forced. I just get one. I don't know what's going on with that. Because some people get ads and they get like one 30-second ad, and then some people get multiple ads, so I don't even know. I don't know what it is. Anyways, hi guys, hello, hi Rui and Frost. I don't know what it is. Some people get one ad, some people get multiple, and I don't know. If I do pre-roll, I cannot like, I think people only see one ad for pre-roll. How am I doing? I'm doing well. I don't know, my bot says that my ads are over, but you're still seeing ads, which is weird. I'm doing well. I have I have a fun story that happened to me today. But I will wait until Rui gets back from the extended ad break, I'm sorry. Ads, I know. Wait, you're getting ads now? Wait, how do you cheat the ads? How do you cheat the ads? How are you seeing ads if you cheated them then? I just want story time, wow. No, my ads aren't gonna show up until like an hour. It says pre-roll off for 57 minutes, so we have time. Anyways, I was just talking about the updates that I have. Apparently on mobile you can adjust your sensitivity for things, so I increased my sensitivity for my eyebrows. So now I can frown properly. Although it looks weird that I'm like doing this with my eyebrows and I'm smiling. It looks like I'm mad. Happy Pokemon Day! Yeah! Did you see that they announced Pokemon Za? Pokemon Pizza. Pokemon Pizza. Pokemon Za. Yeah, it's not in the past. It looks like it's in a city, and then they brought back the old starters. The what's it? Crocodile, Totodile, no, Cyndaquil, and Torchic, I think. No, that's not an ad break. That pops up every hour, and I don't know why it shows up at those time zones. I don't know why it shows up at those time periods. I was like, I set those for every hour, and then it sends it at like after 10 minutes. I don't know why. No, yeah, Pokemon Pizza. Excited? It was 11? I don't know. Oh, is it like every hour? Like when it hits an hour? No, it wasn't a date. It wasn't a date. It was a bonding experience. It wasn't, no. It was a hostage situation. Yeah. We were bonding. We were having a bonding experience. Right? You're having a bonding experience. Yes. A bonding experience, what's it called? A ritual of sorts. A ceremony. Yes. To increase friendship levels. That's how it works. Anyways. Yes, don't you enjoy having like feet convert? You know what? I do like feet. I am a feet enjoyer. Thank you for the 4 bits. Yes, feet. I will say I have very nice feet. Foot fetish. I like how that got caught by the censor. I don't like how it says 4. It's not uniform. 1. Thank you for the 1 bit. Listen, I think they're aesthetic. They're like hands, but for your feet. They're like hand feet. Have you ever looked at somebody's foot long enough and you're just like, they are not, they are. Have you ever looked at a foot for a little too long and you're like, those are basically just hands with a really long palm and very short fingers. They look like hands. They look like hands. Disciplinary action. Miss. They've resorted to calling me Miss now. Yes, it was fun. It was great. Listen, I think aesthetically they're nice. Like, I wouldn't want to lick someone's foot and I wouldn't want anyone to lick mine. I think everyone can stay far away from my toes. But I think appreciating the look of them is nice. What the hell? No, looking at them is fine. With your eyes. Appreciate with your eyes, not with your mouth. Not with anything else. You may hold feet platonically, but not romantically. These are for, what's it called? These toes are 13 plus, rated E for everyone. E for everyone, okay? Yeah. Oh, I miss Cat Day. Oh, I'm so sad. It was like a couple days ago. What? Who, Shy Lily? V Shoujo, she's gonna wear a VR suit that shows her feet. Yeah. Well, listen, she could do it. She could do it now. I don't know. What's wrong with being barefoot? No, you could not. She could. She could, if she wanted to. Barefoot is good. Yeah, I just realized she really is just footless. Shoeless. I go barefoot inside the house. Yeah, I'm not wearing shoes right now. Who the heck wears shoes inside the house? Touching toes, holding toes. Listen, it's nice. It's a fun experience. My feet are cold all the time. My toes are cold. Imagine wearing shoes inside the house. I know there are some people who wear shoes inside the house. I wear slippers. I wear slippers inside the house, but that's because it's like a cleanliness thing, you know? You don't want to track stuff around. You don't want to wear, you know, I don't know, you don't want to touch crumbs with your feet. Or I wear socks, but most of the time I wear slippers. I need the grip. Well, socks are nice. If you have carpet, wearing barefoot, like going barefoot or wearing socks is nice. You don't need sandals if you have carpet, but if you got hardwood floors, you got wood, it's kind of hard. You gotta wear socks. It's not very comfortable to walk around with your barefoot. I got ceramic tiles. Oh, that's even worse. Their ceramic tiles are always cold. Your ceramic tiles are always cold. It's uncomfortable. Man, ceramic tiles need to stay in two places, either in the kitchen and the bathroom. They do not have any business being anywhere else in the house. I need the grip. Yeah, probably. Can you, you know when you have like slippery ceramic tiles and you're wearing socks and you get a new pair of socks that are just out of the dryer and you're trying to walk and you're just like skidding all over the place? That's fun. You know when you run down the hallway and you just stop and you slide? Ice hockey. What? Anyways, I'll tell you guys my story. It's not really a story, but anyways, I was in the lunchroom on my lunch break, and then halfway through, my nose started bleeding. Yeah, the weather's dry. I don't know what's going on. It's been cold and then it's been hot and then it's been cold and then it's been hot. You know, spring weather, it gets like that. You know, it's like in the morning it's cold and then in the afternoon it's like hot. So temperature difference, my nose starts bleeding in the middle of my lunch. So this is like when I finish my lunch, so I'm just sitting there with like bleeding. And then I get like a tissue. And then I'm like, okay, I don't want to sit in the lunchroom just bleeding by myself. So I'm gonna make it everybody else's problem. So what I do is that I just leave the lunchroom with my stuff. I just get everything with one hand because the other hand's holding my nose. I'm bleeding through my tissues. I'm bleeding through my tissues. I walk out into the hallway. I walk into the hallway and I run into at least like 5 people and they all see me with like a tissue held to my nose and they're like, oh my god, Kyo, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm just bleeding. I'm just bleeding, and they're like, oh my god, do you need help? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, it's a nosebleed. I get them normally, it's fine. Does my stuff not work? Is that not working? Why is it not working? Why is this not working? I guess no flip. I don't know what's happening. My thing's not working. I'll do it right now. Uh-oh. Not you. Oh, well. Oh, now it works. Why? What's the delay? What is this? What is this delay? Okay, that was like a good half a second for it to work. Anyways. Okay. Where? Oh my god, that flip disoriented me. Where was I in this story? Oh, I was out in the hallway and I ran into one of my, like, the people that I know, and they were like, oh my god, do you need any help? And I was like, no, I'm fine. And so then I go to my desk, which is upstairs now. And then I was like, and then I put all my stuff down because I don't want to carry it with me. So then I was like, okay, I don't want to sit at my desk out in the open because my desk is like out in the open. I don't want to sit out in the open making everybody's problem. So I go to the break room. And then when I'm in the break room, there's like a couple people there having their lunch in the break room and they all see me. And then one of them goes like, oh my god, do we need to call you like... She goes, do you need me to call you like a doctor? Like, do I need to call you a doctor? Do we need to call, like, medical emergency services? I'm like, no, it's a nosebleed, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's fine, it's the weather. I get these often, I know what to do. It's gonna stop eventually. And then my coworker sees me and she goes to run and get my manager, and my manager comes over too, and she's like, oh my gosh, so-and-so told me that you're having a nosebleed. Do you need to go home? And I was like, no, it's fine. And I'm like telling the multiple people over and over again, like, no, it's fine, it's a nosebleed. I'm like, I get these often, it's fine. It was awkward. And then they were like, oh, do you need an ice pack? Do you need tissues? They hand me like a box of tissues. I'm just sitting there, just holding my nose. I'm like, no, it's gonna go away soon, I'm fine. Yeah. And so, like, 10 minutes later it goes away. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. And then I go back, to my normal workplace. My normal work, and I do it the rest of my day, but... Man, it is so awkward having nosebleeds. Because I remember one time, like, I get nosebleeds a lot. Sometimes I get nosebleeds. I mean, I've had multiple stories where I've had nosebleeds at the most inopportune times. Like, one time I was riding a bike home. Like, I used to ride my bike home from school, and then I got a nosebleed one time in the middle of bike riding, and I had... I was like, okay, I either stop on the side of the road, get off my bike, and just hold my nose and walk home. Or I ride my bike with one hand. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna risk riding my bike with one hand. I tried a little. I was like, can I ride my bike with one hand and try to ride? And then I was like, no, I can't. So then I got off and I started walking home. And I was like, do I have tissues? Or, I was one time taking a test too. I was taking a test and then my nose started bleeding and I looked down. I should have rode with one hand, and I tried. It's too hard. I can't ride with one hand. I don't have the balance. I was taking a test once and I started bleeding all over the test paper and I was like, oh shit. Being that cool kid. They would see me riding home with one hand on my nose and wonder, like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? Like, does she need help? It looks like if I was to ride home with one hand on my nose, it would look like I gotten punched, like I'm holding an ice pack to my face and I got into a fight. Like my nose bleeding, blood all over my face. I would have people pull over to the side of the road and be like, do you need help? Because I would be riding with one hand, riding very slowly because I cannot balance very well. I would have people be like, hey, what's wrong? Do you need help? And I would be like, no, it's a nosebleed. Or, when I was in elementary school, I used to get nosebleeds often too. And every single time, very, very funny. I had this one teacher who absolutely did not like blood. I had nosebleeds in this class maybe like 3 times on separate occasions. And I just remember every single time having a nosebleed, I would just look down, I would just see blood, and I'd just be like, Miss? I used to be like, Miss, I'm bleeding. And then she would look at me and she'd be like, Kyo, go to the nurse's office. So then I'd have to walk to the nurse's office and just sit in the nurse's office. They would see me when I would show up and they'd be like, you again? And I'm like, yeah. I'm bleeding again. And then they would make me sit down in like a chair and then hold my nose for like an hour. And then my nosebleeds used to last for a really, really long time when I was younger. So I would sit there for a good hour and I wouldn't come back. And they'd just be like, oh, he was in the nurse's office again. She's just having her nose bleed for an hour. To be fair, I don't think I was holding it properly. I think it would have stopped faster if I was holding it properly. But then again, I was like, I don't know, 7. Yeah, she used to be very awkward. She'd be like, go, now. And it's like, blood. Nurse's office. I was like, okay. Yeah, that was my story. The teacher just tells kids, go visit Yo and go into the nurse's office because how frequently you go there. Maybe, I don't know. I've been to the nurse's office a bunch of times. Like half of those is because of nosebleeds. And the other times is just, you know, normal stuff like, oh, I lost a tooth. You know, when you're like a kid, you're like, oh, I lost a tooth. I'm gonna go to the nurse's office. They used to do that. When you lost a tooth, they would send you to the nurse's office. Yeah, losing teeth. This is elementary school. When kids would lose teeth. Lose it in the house now. We had this cute little thing. We had that cute little thing that would happen when you lost a tooth at the in school. So they would give you like a little necklace. Like a little tooth-shaped necklace and you put your tooth inside and it was very cute. Invalid for the tooth fairy, I don't know. I would go home and I'd be like, look, I lost a tooth. To be fair, I mean, normally teeth are quite loose for a while when you lose them. Did you guys like, okay, when you were growing up, did you ever lose teeth? Like, did you pull them out yourself or did your parents pull them out? Or did you like do the whole, I don't know, tie a string around it and then slam a door? Like that they have in the sitcoms and stuff, you know? Like some people would tie a ball. I ate gum. Let it stick. Oh. But then their gum gets all bloody. I know some people are like, oh, I just eat an apple or something. And then it falls out. What I used to do, if it was really, really loose, like loose enough that it was just dangling by like a little bit, I would just pull it out myself. I would just stick my finger in my hand and I would just like yank it out. It has flavored? No, that's gross. It's like sweet and then the taste of blood and that's gross. Ew, no, not the taste of blood. No. It doesn't taste good. Shaming me, how dare you. It doesn't taste good, why would you want that? Why would you want that? Anyways, I bought like a big thing of candy today. I was thinking about it. This irony? Like eating coins? I mean, I like licking metal. I like, I don't know, licking paper clips, but I don't like blood. Blood doesn't taste good. Blood doesn't taste good. Listen, trust me, I would know. I've drunken my own blood. Candy, how big? Oh, I had a really good deal. I bought... She drinks blood. Yeah. Have you ever woken up drinking your own blood? When you have a nosebleed, you're like sitting there and you feel blood just running down your throat and you're like, is my nose really runny or is that blood? And then I wake up and it's like, oh, it's kind of watery. It's kind of wet. And then they turn on the light and it's all red and I'm like, oh no. Yeah. Fun times. It's always a mystery in that night when you wake up and you feel something running down your throat. You're like, it's wet. Is this blood or is this my nose just running? If I did the video self-instruction, what would I do? Tell me, what would I do? Candy, I got 2 things of the nerd clusters. I got a bunch of gummy candy. Yeah, I know this song, but I don't know what I would say. Hello, my name is Kyo. I don't know. My favorite color is blue. I bought 2 bags of the VAT-19 gummy worms. No, but I have seen the Shakalicious gummies. It's like Shaq O'Neal's head, like a giant head as a gummy. I got a bunch of gummy candies. I got 2 bags of the Nerd gummy clusters because they were on sale. Like 2 for $6, which is wasn't bad. And then I got the Nerds ropes. And then I got watermelon gummy rings. I wanted to get the apple flavor, but they were sold out, so I just got the watermelon rings. And then... oh, I got lemon heads. I got lemon heads, because I wanted them. And that was it. It was actually a pretty good deal. Yeah, my nickname, what VTuber are you? Yeah, the VTuber self-introduction. Your name, blah blah blah. Your age, blah blah blah. Your nickname, your streaming tags, whatever. I've seen the video, I've seen the song. I looked at it and I was like, I don't know the answers to half of these questions. I don't have... yeah, closing remarks, I drink blood. It would just be, I wake up in the morning and blood pours down my throat, and I can't tell if it's blood or my own. I wake up and I can't tell if it's my nose running or if it's blood. Out of pocket? I'm not out of pocket, I'm normal. I am like, I don't know, the most normal person you've ever met. People look at me and they go, wow, she's so normal. Far from normal, I'm normal. Listen, have you ever been to another person's stream and you're like, oh wow, they're so crazy, they're so insane. I am so normal. I'm so chill. This is educational. This is an educational stream, we're so normal here. We're so normal here, I talk about normal things. Cope. No, I talk about normal topics. We talk about things like wholesome, family-friendly content. I don't swear, I'm say so. I don't swear. Wholesome, exactly, wholesome. It's wholesome and it's family-friendly. We're holding hands. Right? You hold hands. You talk about positive experiences. I'm not family friendly? You wouldn't put me on the TV? Learn that toe holding is normal. I think toe holding is normal. I think people should do it more. Can you imagine how fun it would be? Imagine. I want everybody to picture this. Close your eyes. You're sitting on the couch. Everybody, you're 2 people. Let's say you're with somebody, your best friend. You sit across from each other, like, let's say it's like, you know those long couches with both ends. One person's back is against one end, the other person's back is against the other. There's not enough room in the center for you to fully stretch out your feet. You look to your homie, you look at them in the eye and you go, hey, this couch isn't big enough for the both of us, but we can't put our legs in between each other because that's not normal. But what we can do is that we could lock toes and we could hold them platonically. 6 feet apart. Because you're not gay. You know? Wouldn't it be nice? Isn't that normal? Isn't it like a normal experience when you were younger to... Did you not do this? With the 6-foot pole, my feet are very cute. My feet are cute. I would hold toes with my friends. Have you never compared feet with another person? Have you ever never like put your feet together to another friend? And then you like linked feet, and when you're comparing feet size, you put your feet against each other and then you go, haha, I'm gripping your feet with my feet, right? Like, you know, when you do your hands and you grip someone else's hand and you're like, oh. Yes, you compare feet sizes, but you can grip toes too. I got an abysmal stop. Listen, it's a normal thing. Did you guys never do this in school? You know when you were in school, if you sit really close to somebody, like face to face, right? Somebody puts their legs, like you're sitting in a chair, right? You're sitting in a chair with your knees close to each other. and then one person has their knees spread and the other person puts their knees in between the other person's knees, and then their job is to, the person in the middle is to try to push apart the other person's legs with their knees. And the other person is trying to, like, you know, push their knees together to prevent the other person from spreading their knees. Did you guys never do that? Did you never do that in school? It's like arm wrestling, but for your legs. Or what some people did too is that they would do the whole, like, they used to trick people. Anyways, never heard of that? Well, that's what they did sometimes. Or the one thing that I like to do personally, I would ask people, I was like, hey, stick out your hands and then put them together. So thread your hands together, stick your finger, like, make a prayer with your hands, and then stick your fingers in between each other so that your hands are like crossed, right? Your fingers are interlocked with each other. And then what you do, you have them like spread their fingers, and then what you do is that you grab those fingers and then you squeeze them together. So you're like squeezing their fingers and their knuckles together. And that's always fun to do. You know, we always had really cool things that we used to do to each other for fun, to just cause pain. We used to do that. Or another one was like, hey, did you know? Do you know? What did they call it? They're like, hey, do you want to know what like a sunburn feels like? And then they would do is that they would take your arm, your forearm, and then they would just like put one, like both hands on it, and they would twist in opposite directions. And they'd be like, do you want to know what a sunburn feels like? They would do weird things back then. Or like, I think another one was, I forgot what it was. I think they would just take your hand and try to like twist it. Also, very strange, but you know, unit of measurement, like there's certain rules, right, that abide by certain people. Like when learning anatomy specifically, you know that usually around approximately your knee to your hip is about the same length as your torso, usually, depending on your like body proportions or whatever. But normally when drawing a person anatomy wise, usually you want to make sure that the knee to like lower hip is about the same length as your torso, because if you don't, like, usually your legs look a little too long. I'm gonna head to bed. Good night. Good night, Caesar. I'll tuck you in. Good night. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. So, a good unit of measurement, by the way, if you ever wanted to know, you can try it right now. So, if you take your foot, usually your foot actually, if you measure, if you take the bottom of your wrist and then you go down to like the inner part of your elbow or around where your elbow is, usually that's actually the size of your foot. If you ever want to know, you can try. If you measure your foot, how? You just know. You take your foot and you put it next to your wrist, like the top of your toes. Put it against the top of like the lower part of your wrist, like where the bottom of your wrist where it meets your the bottom of your palm where it meets your wrist. That part, your toes, and then the bottom should touch around where your elbow is. How do I know this? Anatomy. Art, drawing. Rules of thumb, by the way. You're right, exactly. So if you ever go shoe shopping and you don't... Yeah, exactly. If you ever go shoe shopping and you're like, wow, I don't want to take off my shoes, how will I know? Just take the shoe and put it against your forearm. You put it against your forearm and usually it's about the same size. Another one hacks, yes. Another one is if you take pants and if you put it around your neck, usually that's about the same size as your waist. Like you put your pants the waistband, and if it reaches the back of your neck, like you put the waistband all the way around your neck. Usually that works, but it depends on your, I guess, your body proportions as well. Some people have abnormally long limbs. Some people, for it works. Like for me, I know it does. Yeah, it depends on length. Like length of yeah. Depends on length, you know, like I don't know, sometimes you can be really tall or under thighs, yeah. Or you know, some people just have, I don't know, different proportions. So it works under certain circumstances. If you're like, I don't know, evenly proportioned all over, it should work, but for some people, maybe not. Especially like older people. Because like as you get older, some people have like different weight distributions. Or like, what do they call, like in fashion, you know how there's different body types? I don't know why, but I find women always compare to like certain body types, and then they never say anything about men. Because they're always like, oh, women can be, I don't know, up to 6 types of body shapes. You can be hourglass, rectangle, apple, pear, I don't know, inverted triangle, triangle. Oh no, that's just pear. Circle, I don't even know. They've got all types of names. Yeah, pear. P-E-A-R, like the shape of a pear. Usually that's referred to people who are wider on the hips compared to their shoulders. So if their hips are wider than their shoulders, versus like an inverted triangle where your shoulders are wider than your hips, or if you're like a rectangle, you got like, you're just straight down. There's not much definition between your waist, your shoulders, and your hips. Hourglass? Hourglass is apparently based off a certain type of math. So if your waist is, I think, 4, I believe it was like 4 point something, whatever, difference between your shoulders and your waist. Like your shoulders and your waist are about the same. Not your waist, your hips. Your shoulders and your hips are about the same, but your waist is more like narrow compared to your shoulders. Like there's a defined curve. That's considered hourglass. If you were a rectangle, it's usually just like, there's not much difference between your waist, your shoulders, and your hips. And then there's like, what was it? Apple? Which I think is like, your shoulders are narrow and then your hips are wider? I don't know. You're kind of like a round. Which I think it's a little too complicated. I don't know why they made women fashion so complicated. They were like, oh, if you're this type of body shape, you should wear these type of outfits. You should wear more like poofy tops, or you should wear like a more flared type of skirt, or you should wear like long skirts, or you should wear, I don't know, like it's complicated. Like, oh, you should wear V-necks, you should wear off-shoulder shirts, you should wear like a high neck top. Or turtlenecks or something like that. I don't know, it's complicated. You don't really see that for men. Usually men, they're like, yeah, just wear pants and a shirt, like a button-up shirt, and then you're fine. Women, it's a little complicated, I don't know why. Women just wear black jacket and jeans easy. That's easy for guys. I think it's easier for guys to dress up than it is for women. There's so many outfits, there's like so much stuff for women to wear. If anything, they're always like, oh, I guess it is nice for women because women have so many options to dress up. You can wear so much. I could wear like a skirt, you could wear like a dress, you could wear sweaters, you can wear like blouses and like all kinds of different tops and with different necklines and different types of fabrics, different types of like dresses. Meanwhile, for guys, it's just like pants, shorts, tops. Yeah, different variety. That's why I think it's like kind of fun. I think it's a lot of fun. We have default. It is default. It's kind of sad. If anything, it actually makes it easier. Like if you ever go to the men's section, the men's section is so small compared to the women's section in a mall. Like you go to any store, right? You walk into the men's section, you're like, ah yes, you have 5 pairs of pants and they're all the exact same type of pant but in different colors. Would you like chinos? Would you like suit pants? Would you like jeans? In blue, navy, actually no, it's navy, blue, green, black, or brown. And then to be a little daring, maroon. A little khaki, you know? Or if you want, you can wear like shorts. And then for tops, you have options. You've got a Henley, a button-up shirt, a V-neck, a crew neck. Basically long sleeve or short sleeve shirt, that's it. Yeah, pants are just black or blue. And the shirt color is the exact same thing too. It's like black, gray, white, navy. Like nothing else. It's just the same thing. Meanwhile, you go to the women's section and you're like, oh, would you like 50 types of shirts? We've got 50 different types of shirts in 24 colors. Because in patterns, 24 colors in different patterns too. Florals, we've got polka dots, we have stripes, everything. All in different colors. And then you're just kind of there like, ah. I know, it's so many, it's so varied. Variety. Varied. You cannot think of how to style each one of them? You don't. Well, I mean, you get things. The simple rules of styling is really easy. For one, match colors. You want to make sure that your shoes are the same color as your top. And then you can wear whatever color you want at the bottom, as long as your shoes match the top color. So if you want to wear a black top, you can wear black shoes. If you want to wear a white top, you can wear white shoes. Or you can mix and match. But you want to default to maybe at most 3 colors. And you want to make sure that your materials are matching. So let's say you're wearing a, you want to make sure your fabrics are matching at least a little. Or you can wear one of them different as a statement piece, but you want to make sure the rest are matching. You don't want to wear like 3 different types of fabric. Like let's say you're going to wear linen, right? Linen crinkles easily, it's very lightweight, it's very breathable, usually it's made from cotton. It has a very crinkled look to it, like newspaper. You wouldn't wear that with the silk pants. You wouldn't wear linen shorts with like a silk blouse. It wouldn't look right. And then if you were going to wear them both in the same color, they're not going to be the same color. Linen usually is very faded. So if you're going to wear something that's black, you want to make sure that your colors, your shades, are the same shade of black. But that's pretty much it. You can wear whatever you want with each other as long as, you know, you're basically following like some really basic rules. Headband, thank you. It's not that hard. If anything, it's harder to find something that's made in a type of fabric that's if anything, it's harder to find something that's made of like materials that's sustainable and like long lasting, because everything you go into the store nowadays, that's all like, it's all polyester and it's kind of sad. Like, you know, for Life of Me, learn materials clothes, oh, that's easy. There's not that many. Well, there are a lot, but I wear all black. Listen, I wear a lot of black too. It's to the point that, I don't know, my brother calls me goth. I'm not goth. Just because I own a lot of black doesn't mean that, like, I'm considered goth. It's not goth, exactly. I'm not goth. Goth is like a what's it called? A subculture. Goth is a subculture where, what is it? It's considered like a movement, right? If you're considered goth or punk. Usually it's associated with a certain type of culture. It's not like a fashion statement. People who are goth genuinely, like, I mean, you could be soft goth, but like most people who are like hardcore who consider themselves goth are like very, like, at least back in the early 2000s, they would wear super pale like makeup. They would make themselves look pasty on purpose, like gray. And then they would wear like a lot of makeup, very heavy eyeliner, black lipstick, stuff like that. And then they would have like a very specific type of hairstyle, usually like choppy kind of hair color. Like, it's a very specific look, and if you look online for like traditional goth, like wearing all black is not goth. They have colored hair, yeah. Usually they have like colored hair or a very specific type of shoe. Doc Martens platform boots. Yeah. It's a look. It's not like casually, oh, I'm gonna wear, I don't know. I'm not gonna wear black socks and a black sweater and black pants. Like, that's it now. It's like other things. Just give me black boots. I have always wanted a pair of platform boots. I've always wanted a pair. Not like ones that lace all the way up to my knees, but like, you know, a nice platform heel, specifically. Like, I want a nice cute pair of platform boots, like with a heel. They'd be so cute. Get that height? Well, it's about the look. It makes your legs look longer. It makes your legs look longer. I like it. I think it's nice. It makes your legs look longer. It's for the aesthetics. And then you can wear leg warmers with them and it makes your legs look long. It makes it look tall. Well, that too, but I mean, the most part of it is... the main part is to make your legs look longer. Because if your legs look longer, and it makes your torso look shorter, and it makes you look like... I don't know, it looks nicer aesthetically. Like, as someone who's, I don't know, evenly proportioned, if I had longer legs, I think it would look so nice. I can vouch for that. I don't know. Are you calling me short? Are you? Anyways, like, the look. I want like a nice pair of platform. Hey, how dare you? How dare you? Like, I can frown. I can frown. I don't know why I can't frown and like open my eyes at the same time. My my eyebrows are connected to my eyes. I don't know why. And that is how it be, you know. Looks like you're pouting. I don't know. This is how I frown. I cannot frown anymore. This is as most as I can frown, like literally. The eyebrows are not doing it? What do you mean? What do you mean? They don't look happy. If I were to be happy, I think I just look like this. I don't know. I can't frown. I try. I just look sad if I frown. I don't know. What was it? Anyways. Yes. That reminds me, I need to go, like, I need to look for dresses. Would I put the laundry room next to the toilet? Yeah. I think it's convenient. Maybe TMI, but personally when I come out of the shower, I like to come out of the shower, like, naked. I don't like to wear clothes because I'm still, like, damp. And I like to air dry, you know? You hate it? I think it's easy because you can just take your clothes that you wore and then you can just stick it in the laundry room. You can just wash your clothes. Like, not in the bathroom, but next to it. Yeah, you know. No, I towel off, obviously. I don't drip everywhere. But you know, when you're still a little damp from the shower, like your face, or like places that you missed with the towel. Yeah, you don't want to like get stuck in your clothes when you're wet or damp. 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 D-A-M-P. I'm not saying damp. I place the dirty clothes in the washer. We have a laundry basket, but damn. I'm saying damp. Oh my god. This captions is not picking up my P. I'm saying damp. Damp. Darn it. The letter P. Yeah. Oh well. So it's so easy because you can just stick your clothes in. You can just stick your clothes in the laundry. Like in the laundry bin or directly in the washer if you're feeling lazy when you come out of the shower. Have you ever seen like Japanese bathrooms? Right? It's like a walk-in closet. So you walk through the shower room, not the shower, the laundry room into the bathroom area, right? So you walk through the first set of doors to your right maybe and your left. Like there are a stacked washer dryer and on the other side is maybe like a cabinet. You walk through your laundry room and then you go into the bathroom and there's another set of doors where your shower is and then maybe your toilet and then maybe a bathtub. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's next to the toilet, yes, but it's in a separate room. It's not in the same room. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's a walk-through closet / shower. Like, no. Laundry room area? My god. Why am I getting so many messages? My friends are texting. I don't know what's going on. They found so much gossip. It's not gossip. They're talking about... Spill the tea. They're talking about concert tickets. One of my friends wants to go to a concert and they're talking about getting tickets. What concert? Blackpink. I don't go to concerts. If I were to ever go to a concert, I want to go to a Hatsune Miku concert. I want to go to a Hatsune Miku concert. There was, like not the Miku Expo where she's on like a tiny little TV and they tour around the world. I want to go to actual like Japan and then see like a Miku concert. Like at an actual place where she's on the big holographic screen. I think that'd be great. I think it'd be so cool. I just want that experience once. Anyways, I wrote down some notes of stuff that I was gonna talk about. But I also was gonna play games, so I don't know. I am debating buying Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm leaning more towards buying Monster Hunter Wilds, but I don't know. Like a part of me really wants to get it. And I think I think I might. I think I will. It's looking real tempting. I'm looking at it and I'm like, ooh. But at the same time I'm getting another game when it comes out. And I've got like $300 in my bank account. I'm so broke. I'm so poor. Yeah, my bank account's really sad right now, but that's okay. That reminds me. It's about the ethics? I know. I'm looking forward to it. I know I want to try playing it tomorrow when it comes out. I should get that pre-order. Hey Nitro, how are you? Let me open up Steam and hope that OBS doesn't crash. I updated my... I got a notification yesterday and it was like, oh, your drivers are ready to download. You need to update your graphics drivers. And I was like, aha, they can't get me this time. My computer's not gonna crash because I'm gonna update my drivers on time when it tells me to and not wait, and then my stuff starts failing. And then now today I get another update from NVIDIA going, oh, your other graphic drivers are ready. And I was like, man. Well, I mean, NVIDIA drivers are fine if I don't update them right away. I don't know what it does. If I crash, it's because I opened Steam. I'm just warning you guys. Just in case, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna go see if I can pre-order Monster Hunter Wilds right now. I'm good, how about you? I'm good. I was just telling Chad about my fun story earlier today. I had a nosebleed at work and then everybody saw me. And it was great. Oh no, Steam opened fine. We're not crashing today. Yay! There's a next fest of upcoming games. I don't know what else is happening, but it's cool. I think they said that, the Steam Next Fest is coming up. And then afterwards they're gonna have the Steam... What's it called? The Steam sale? The spring sale coming up. That's pretty exciting. I'm kind of looking forward to the same games I have on my wish list coming up on sale again. That I stare at and go, I'm not getting that because I'm not gonna play it. Ooh, Sorry, that's my alarm. Ooh, okay, there's a game that I've been meaning to play. It looks really cool, and it's on sale for $4.94. So I think I'm gonna get it. Wow, music. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna come back, need that lunch. Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna go pre-purchase Monster Hunter Wilds. Add it to my... Oh, it's $69.99. It's so expensive. It's $74. This is more than I paid. $70, let's go. No. I got paid last week. I don't get paid this week. I get paid next week. Listen, my bank account looks really sad right now. Thank you for the water break. I'm debating. I have this thing set to run that whenever somebody redeems water break, I can get, like, I can have something show up on screen, but I don't want to. Anyways, I do want to play Monster Hunter Wilds, so... Also, you guys should see my hunter. I was playing the beta version when it came out, and my hunter looks so cute. I couldn't get my exact hairstyle, but I tried. But it looks so cute, and then my kitty cat looks so cute as well. Oh man. Oh, never mind. It's preset. My card. Okay, fine, I bought it. I bought the game and the other game. I bought a puzzle game and I also bought Monster Hunter Wilds. The puzzle game is called Gorgoa, and we might play that after Toem. When I finish Toem, which I have yet to do, I was gonna do that today. But let's go. We're gonna play Monster Hunter Wilds. So exciting. Looking forward to that, maybe tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I love the axe hammer weapon. It's so much fun. It's so much fun running around with that thing. It's very hard to control. I need to remember the commands or controls. Because normally it's like normal swing attacks, but then when it comes back to like shield and then using a hammer, I'm like, uh-oh. What button do I press again? But, well, we'll figure it out. Anyways, I got it. Yay! Looking forward to playing. I'm back on my food. That was so fast. That was so fast, I just bought Monster Hunter Wilds. What are you eating? What you eating? What are you eating? I want to know. It's like any single time. Uh-oh. Wait, I just hit an ad break? Got the spicy KFC. Ooh, sounds good. Every single time somebody's like, oh, I'm gonna go get food, I always have to know what they're eating. I'm like, what are you eating? And then any single time somebody's like, I guess they get an ad break, I also want to know what you guys get. Like, are you guys getting spicy ads? Are you getting food ads? Oh, you're watching ads, I'm sorry. How long was it? How long was the ad? Was it like 30 seconds or did you get the full? You got the full one? Did you get the full ads? Two minutes? Oh, that's not bad. I mean, well, for turning pre-rolls off for like an hour, I don't know. What do you guys prefer? I've been back and forth for a little bit between, you know, having pre-roll off for the full hour, and then you guys have to sit through like 2-something minutes of ads, 3 I think, or having 30-second ads and then it turns pre-roll off for like 11 minutes, or having like pre-roll on permanently so that whenever people join the stream or when they refresh the stream, they just get hit with ads. So who knows? I don't know what you guys prefer. And I know people are like, oh, it's up to the streamer, but like, I'm not the person who has to deal with ads. I have Opera, it puts stream in a separate window, so the ads play while I watch the stream. I am subbed, so no ads. Ah, okay. Oh, cool. Do you hear the audio when that's happening? That's cool. I didn't know that the pop-out does that. The pop-out skips ads. Interesting. It does? Oh, cool. Huh. I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I watch usually people on my phone, and I don't know why, but my phone sometimes skips ads. Once in a while. Then again, when they do play, I'm just so tuned out that I don't notice when they play. Because as somebody who watches a lot of things for free, or who just deals with things, like, I have the most iPad kid-esque iPad ever to ever iPad. If you ever see on my iPad, every single time you see somebody, not a pirate. No, I just go for the free version of things. I listen to SoundCloud, I don't buy a premium account. I just force myself to listen to ads. Every half an hour I listen to like 3. Because I refuse to buy SoundCloud Premium or Spotify Premium or YouTube Premium. I mean, I guess I could download my music, but that takes up space, so. Anyways, if you ever saw my iPad, I download every single game. Like, you know those Apple Store ads? That's like, oh no, this block puzzle is so hard, I cannot do it. I'm like, I will download it. I download those stupid games and I play them, and then they're riddled with the most, like, annoying ads ever to ever exist. I download the audio and play it on Google Music Player? Ooh. I don't have an Android. I don't have a Samsung, I use an iPhone. I was over the 2 minutes if it's less frequent I get to see ads? I don't know. If I turn pre-roll off, you wouldn't see them at all. They're so obnoxious it's unreal. Listen, I download those games. It works. You see those ads for those games? I am the one downloading them. I don't care if I'm getting, like, viruses or something, they're fun. They're riddled with ads and they're very annoying, but it's fun. Yeah, every single one that you've ever seen, I've played at least some variety of them. I should make some sort of money from ads, whatever's the least, it's fine. I don't know. Like, some people are like, oh, I'd rather have pre-roll. Like, personally, I have pre-roll disabled, which means that I have to run ads, like, every hour. For, like, a pretty, like, certain amount of time. I think it's like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that, to turn off pre-rolls for the entire hour. In order to do that, I don't get very much money from ads, by the way. The amount of money I make from ads is like 50 cents. Every single time I stream, I could stream for 3 hours, and stream Twitch would be like, here's your money, 50 cents, and I'm like, thank you, Twitch. I actually get more money from Turbo. I get more money from Turbo, I get more money from, like, I don't know, donations or, what's it called? Bits. I think people make the most from bits, because Twitch doesn't take a cut. Twitch takes a cut when you buy bits, and then there's also subs, but... yeah, bits. Or as some people like to call them, biddies. But, like, I don't stream for monetary reasons. Like, I don't stream because, I don't know, it's not my sole source of income, so it's fine. People donate, and then I put that money back into stream to buy, like, games or to improve setup and stuff like that, so. I make half my stuff anyway, it's not like I spend money on things. No, don't do it! No, don't do it! Screw you, Twitch. Thank you for the 6 bits, you didn't have to. No! I want you to take those, and I want you to buy yourself. I want you to buy yourself a Wendy's Frosty. I want you to buy yourself a Wendy's Frosty and not get into a car accident on your way to get a Wendy's Frosty. I have nothing to do with the bits, I just have these. Why do you have bits? Don't you have to buy them? I have to do the 100 Nuggies challenge. What the heck is the 100 Nuggies challenge? I want you... I don't know, every single time people donate to me, I'm always just like, you please buy yourself something. They can be by Frosty because my name is Frost? Yeah, you could. I just want you to treat yourself. You eat 100 nuggies in one sitting. Are you gonna like speedrun it? If you're gonna eat 100 nuggies, at least do it for content, you know? Why would you do that? To just like have nuggies. Like you might as well just film yourself doing a mukbang or something. Listen, you could do a whole thing. You could put it on a big plate right next to the camera so it looks like you have more, and then you could just film yourself eating it. And be like, I eat 100 nuggets. I used to really like McDonald's chicken nuggets, but I feel like the recipe changed. They don't taste the same anymore, but maybe it's because I'm older. I remember every single time we went on a road trip. That's the only time I ever got fast food. It was on a road trip. You'd go on road trips, and then they were like, oh, where do you want to go? And I'd be like, heck yeah, McDonald's, and I could get chicken nuggets. But now I don't go anymore. I don't go anywhere. Normally I go to work, and then I go straight home. It's only if I live in an area where I can walk to places, then I would go somewhere. Because that's when I used to live in a walkable city, I could just go out and then like go down the street and then buy something. No! No! Buy yourself something. I think my Aries nuggets are good. Even though my Taco Bell nuggets were good, people say it's not theirs. I don't know. I've never been to Taco Bell. I've never had anything from Taco Bell. I've never eaten it. I've heard rumors about their whatever. I already have KFC Goat, but you can get yourself a Wendy's Frosty. You can get a Wendy's Frosty. I really want to try Taco Bell. I've never been, but I've heard things about their Baja Blast. I've heard things about their Baja Blast and their whatever cheese Guadalupe, cheese crunch wrap something. I don't even know. Everybody tells me about it. They're like, you've never had the cheesy chalupa or whatever it's called? And I'm like, no. I'm never gonna go. I could list you on one hand. The rumors of destroying the toilets is insane. The reason why they're destroying the toilets is because they don't have fiber in their diet. They're having fiber for the first time, and all the constipation is relieving itself. All the constipation that's just in there is just cleaning out their guts because they just don't eat fiber. They've never eaten a vegetable in their life. That's the reason. Just get fiber. Exactly, just get fiber. They're having beans for the first time in like a really long time, and they don't have beans. They don't have fiber. That's why. I always get the Dorito tacos, but I never crave them. I've never been. I don't know. Clean out this system. For people who don't have regular dietary fiber, you do you know? But I think it'd be cheaper to just buy a can of beans and then cook yourself like a nice soft taco with cheese. It'd be so much easier. I think you should just do that. I just try and find oatmeal, that too, I guess. That too. I could list you on one hand the amount of fast food places I've been to. Let's see, where have I been? I've never, well, I think it'd be easier to list the places I have been to than the places I haven't, because I was going to say I've never been to Checkers. I've never been to Domino's. Here, I will list the places I have been. Ooh, buldak, that sounds good. And a baked potato. Wow, that sounds fancy. a bulldog. I have been to Subway. I have been to Chipotle. I have been to Arby's. I've been to McDonald's. I've been to, does Starbucks count? I guess Starbucks. And that's it. I have not been anywhere else. I just don't go out. I just don't go to different places. Oh, I want bulldog. I want tteokbokki. I've never been inside a Domino's to get pizza. No. I've had it at pizza parties, yes, when people order it. You know, when they have pizza parties at, whatever, and they order pizza. I've had different types of pizza from there, but never ever have I gone inside a store and been like, wow, I'm gonna order pizza at a pizza place. No. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. Rather order online on site? Not even. Not even. I would only get it if somebody else ordered it. And they were like, would you like a slice? And I said, sure. But I would never go out of my own way to just order anywhere. I've never used online delivery. I've never had food ordered. Never. In all the years that I've been, like, I don't know, even in the years where I live by myself, never. I would rather go to bed hungry. I'd be like, wow, nothing for dinner. Great. Yeah. If it meant being like, oh wow, I'm kind of hungry, maybe I should eat something, I'm gonna order out, my brain goes, maybe I should just go to bed. Maybe I should just sleep. And then I wake up and I don't feel hungry and I'm like, that's fine. Or what I would do is I would have a couple of chips. Even in college, me and my buddies have a day to order somewhere? No. No, I'm fine. Listen, the amount of calories, you have like 140 calories in a bag of chips for a handful. So what I would do is that I would go and buy chips. And then I would have like a handful of chips, like exactly. I would just like reach into the bag and I would have a couple and I'd be like, there's my meal. And that was fine. And like if I was like, you know the feeling where you're like super hungry and you're kind of wasting away and you don't have the energy to move? That's what I would do. Yeah, exactly. It made me full and I was like, I don't feel the need to eat anything else. I don't need a meal. I would just drink a bunch of water. I drink a bunch of water and I would have like a little bit of chips. And every day, and then I have like maybe a little bit of candy and then I would go to bed. No, I would go to bed and I would wake up in the morning and I'd be fine. Listen, I had the exact opposite of whatever. You know the freshman 15 when you're living by yourself for the first time and everybody gains weight? I had the exact opposite. I lost so much weight. I came home and my parents were like, my grandparents specifically, they're like, oh my god, Kyo, why are you so skinny? Like, you're skinnier than normal, like what happened to you? And I was like, I cook for myself. She doesn't eat grandma, yeah, my grandmother would be like, eat more. Choose the path of starvation. No. Maybe. One moment. I came back. My mom likes to drop by sometimes and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm talking to my friends. Thank you. You like my BRB music? You like my BRB music? I never have a chance to use it. Yeah, I had it written by Acheron. Have a pocket door. Do a sliding door. No swinging inward or outward. Pocket door. Sliding door. Does that count? Sliding door, yeah. Like pocket or farmhouse, you know. But yeah, I save so much money. The room has an area of 2.8 square meters. Are you an architect? Are you an architect? Are you going to architect school? What is this for? Engineering? Take an architecture. Oh. I use one of those weird accordion locking doors. Ooh. Like a sliding door. Yeah. I'm asking about laundry, yeah. Maybe. I think a sliding door would work. Like, you know those apartment sliding doors that they have in small spaces that collapse on each other that they have for, like, laundry rooms, like temporary doors? I think that's what Nitro's talking about. Yee. But yeah, when I was in university, I lived off of dried noodles, vegetables, frozen vegetables, and canned soup. That's what I would have. And I would buy peppers and zucchini because they were cheap. I was healthy, you know? I would eat vegetables, I would have fruit. I just wasn't eating very often. I would have maybe one meal a day. Yeah, better than nothing. It's not like I was wasting away. I was eating something. I made sure I had vegetables and fruit. My rice cooker and air fryer scared the hell out of me. I had a single Instant Pot. Yeah, I had an Instant Pot that I could use. I never made rice in there though. I would use it to boil noodles. I used that thing like a stove. It was great. Instant Pot being used as a Swiss Army knife for the college life. You could do so much in there. You could make a pot roast. You could, I don't know, make fried rice. You could make yogurt, porridge, oatmeal, anything. My friend had one of those electronic tea kettle things that we use for noodles. Ooh. I would cook in my room. I used to cook in my room because I didn't want to use a stove, so I would just like use my little Instant Pot as a heated stove and then I would cook in there. It was nice. I would mostly just boil stuff in the pot. Yeah, yogurt. By the way, if you take milk, like full fat milk, right? Whole milk, you put it in your Instant Pot. You can make your own yogurt. And you just take a little bit of yogurt from your previous, like let's say you have yogurt. from a little container, right? Pre-existing yogurt. And you put a little bit of that as a starter, like yeast, because it's got the good bacteria, right? You put it in there, you put it in your Instant Pot, you turn on the button, and you leave it sit. I think it takes maybe the whole day. And then you have yogurt, and then if you want Greek yogurt, like, you know, the thicker kind, you let it sit for extra long, and it makes it like, the longer you let yogurt sit, the harder it gets. If I used a pot, it was for spaghetti and mac and cheese. Ooh. Infinite yogurt. Yeah, exactly. It's like how you can make infinite sourdough bread. You just get a sourdough starter and you keep feeding it flour. You keep feeding it flour and sugar and it just keeps producing yeast and then the dough. And you just keep ripping it off and you can use it for, you just add your own, you add more flour and add more whatever ingredients to it and you have instant sourdough bread. Forever. The only downside to the sourdough bread thing is that you have to keep feeding it, otherwise it'll starve. Which means you have to constantly make bread with it, because if you don't, it'll starve and it'll die. But the more you feed it, the more, you know, bread you get. So you're just kind of like, you're just stuck in this infinite bread hack. How long does it last? Like alive? If you stick it in the freezer in a dark area, it can maybe go like 5 days without feeding. I think. Maybe, I think. Yeah, you would have to look it up, but I know there's people who keep like sourdough starters like a pet. It's like how some people make, you know what a Scooby is? Some people use Scoobies, they're like a little disc. They look really odd, but some people use them to make kombucha. I don't even know what it is. It's like a type of... It looks like mold. It looks like a very giant, wet disc of jello that floats on top of liquid. And it's basically just like a floating culture that makes kombucha, and then I don't know why, but some people call it like, they call it a baby, they call it their Scooby. But basically you put that in your fermented juice and it creates bubbles and ferments your kombucha. That's what it does. Same thing with sourdough. There's a lot of things out there that you just let sit. The infinite food glitch, you know? The hacks that they don't want you to know about. That's fascinating. I do it. If you enjoy kombucha, maybe, yes. Like how I've always wanted to make my own jam, my own preserved extracts. Like my dream is to get plum, dry out my plums, right? Or dry out any kind of fruit, cover it in sugar, and then you let it sit, and then the sugar will extract the fruit juices, and then it becomes like a very strong fruit flavored syrup that you can use to put in teas and like jams and stuff. It's so good. I want to try doing that one day. I forgot the name of it. It's like a Korean thing. I want to do it one of these days, and then I'll make my own vanilla extract with vodka. I'll get like a really strong version of vodka and I'll get vanilla beans, and I can make my own extract. By the way, that's how you make any kind of extract, if you were ever wondering. Cheese. Put cheese on there. If you're ever wondering how they make different types of extract, with alcohol. So they take vodka and then they put your object that you want to extract the flavor out of, and then you just dump your ingredient in. So it could be coffee beans, it could be mint leaves. You want to make sure those mint leaves are dry, you don't want to put fresh mint leaves. You can put vanilla, beans, Anything. Yeah. Well, no, you don't want wet things in your vodka extract. But if you're talking about potatoes, butter and cheese, or if you have sour cream. What? Is it sour cream? Yeah, it is sour cream. Sour cream, maybe if you have some green onions. I personally don't enjoy green onions, but I do like the combination of sour cream and onion. I like sour cream and onion, the flavor. I just don't like onions on its own. But yes, fun experience. I have to head out. I'll be in school in like 30. Ooh. Enjoy the stream. Good night. Well, not really good night. Enjoy your school. Don't die. I don't know. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Thank you. Posture check, water break. Thank you. Yes, head pat. It's architecture. Can I die? No. There was no life or death situation in architecture. You're fine. Don't worry about it. It's not like you're gonna blow up. Wow. No! Biddies, have a good day. Thank you. Have a good time at class. Hope you learn something. Hope you, I don't know, hope you learn to not collapse buildings. I don't know. What do you learn in architecture? Water break and posture check. I am sitting up. Well, no, I'm not. I'm shrimping. Did you know that Twitch introduced this VOD thing? They were like, oh yeah, you're only limited to 100 hours of VOD. It's so sad because I don't have 100 hours of VOD. I know how much hours of VOD I have highlighted. I have like 74 something hours. And they were like, oh yeah, we can't do anything about your current video producer because I'm over the storage limit. I'm like, what do you mean I'm over the storage limit? I swear to God. Like, you're over the storage limit. Are you sure about that? Because I don't remember. I don't remember having that many VODs, but apparently I do. I don't know. Maybe I should start archiving them. I'm currently archiving my, as of maybe early February, I started co-streaming to YouTube. So yes, technically I do have backup on YouTube, so maybe I should just remove those ones from Twitch and have the older ones. I can't decide if I want them here on my channel or if I just want to move them to my own VOD channel, because I do have a VOD channel. What the heck is going on my arm? My bones be cracking, ew. I think I might do that. I think I'm gonna have to upload my VODs somewhere, which I have to figure out how to do because last time I tried doing it, it wouldn't move. Anyways, I was going to finish Toem, but it's like 11:37 and I don't think I have time anymore. That's fine, we can just hang out. It's like been almost a week since I last streamed, so it's been nice to catch up with everybody. I know I usually have inconsistent schedules. I try to stream on, you know, I attempt to stream on, what, Tuesdays and Fridays. Today's a Thursday. So there we go, out of random gorilla stream out of nowhere because I felt like saying hi. But I don't know. Hello? What the heck? Do you hear that? Do you hear like random loud noises? Okay, yeah, that showed up. Maybe? I don't think I have my background filter turned on so you can hear things, but I'm not sure if it's removing it. No. I think that showed up. Personally, I think it sounds a little bit clear when I don't have that noise background filter remover on. But it means that you can hear like everything, like including sounds of my typing and stuff, so I don't know. Some people like that. Anyways, I wanted to talk about... I was looking online. So if anyone knows, right now if you want to get a free compressor, it's the LKL... No. It's not that one, it's... I forgot which one it was. Anyways, United Audio... Universal Audio, sorry. Universal Audio is having a free giveaway for one of their audio softwares. It's a compressor. They usually release one every year. They usually do a free giveaway for any type of compressor. One time they gave away their LKLM compressor. This time it's the a different version. There are very different types of compressors. The one that they're releasing now is a compressor usually used for heavy instrumentals like guitar or drums. So it's not really good for vocals or talking, but it is good if you are an instrumental player and you want to tamp down on something that's really loud, like loud noises. So I was reading about different types of forum posts, like in really old forum posts. And I was just going on general internet browsing, and I found a forum post a really long time ago from the early 2001, it was so old. And it was about gel mouse pads, and it was so funny because I remember back then people used to be such trolls. It was this old technology forum where somebody posted and they said, what is this gel? Like, what is this thing coming out of my mouse pad? It's peeling and it's like, it's sticky and it's like blue colored. And then people in the comments were just various types of trolls. Just somebody going, well, maybe you should try it. Maybe you should taste it, find out what it is. Then another person was like, some people were trying to be helpful, you know, like internet fashion, but most of the people were trying to troll. Some people were like, maybe you should taste it, put it in your mouth. Another person was like, it's gel, try it, it's tasty. Another person was like, oh no, don't worry, that's like ant repellent or something. And some people just have random comments. And I just remember thinking back to old forum comments, just thinking like, man, I remember when the internet used to be like that, just misinformation, people telling each other just stupid things, obviously trolls, and you got so good at seeing which people were trying to troll or not. I feel like nowadays people take things a little too seriously. You tell somebody something and then they will take it at face value. If that post was on nowadays and somebody asked that question genuinely, like, my mouse pad is falling apart, there's this like thing coming out, like it's like kind of sticky, and then people would be like, oh, that's gel, don't worry about it, maybe you should get a new mouse pad. And then if somebody tried to like, if someone legitimately was like, oh, you should take that and then it's going to explode, or maybe you should try it, it's like a secret little snack, right? It's a secret snack, maybe you should try some. That person, depends on how old they are. Like if they're a person who's lived through the trenches of the old internet, they would know. But if it's somebody who is like younger and they have not experienced the ways, they might actually do it. I don't know. Depends on how, like, I don't know, gullible they are. There is a high percentage chance that they would do it. There would be people in that comment section, in that forum, genuinely believing them. And I don't know, it makes me have It's a little bit funny, like in hindsight, to just be like them come back and then you see like an obvious bite taken out of the thing. And they post a picture of it and they're like, I trusted you. And you're like, haha, rule number 1 of the internet, never trust anything. Right? So you're giving them a core memory that they'll learn at the same time. I don't know. I feel like they should learn. Like, not everything that everybody tells you is going to be right. Like, I think you should cross-reference things, and that's... Some people don't bother. Some people don't do that. That's kind of sad. But I do miss the times when people would just genuinely troll, and then everyone else would ignore those people and be like, haha, they're trolling, and then they would upvote the troll post anyway because they know it's funny, and then everyone would do it. But they would know it's a joke. Nowadays, people like are like, oh no, we're going to take it seriously. Don't do that. Rather than a haha, funny joke, you know? Also, what I was going to talk about too is sour candies. Do you ever find that sour candies, there's no candy that's like super sour? There's candies that's just, it's a little bit sour and on the inside it's like sweet. I got lemon heads. I like lemon heads. Because I like lemon heads because I like the sweet part on the middle. But most candies I've had that are sour, they're always sweet on the inside. Like, have you ever had a candy that's all sour, just only sour, no sweetness? If you think about it, like, all sour candy is just mostly sour. Like, it's mostly sweet. Like, I just want something that's just pure sourness. Like, oh, well, then maybe I would just have a lemon. Some part of me, I want to go and find citric acid, right? I want to take citric acid and I just want to pour it in my mouth. Like, I want to mix it with Pop Rocks or something and just pour it in my mouth. But then that would just be like eating a lemon. And it's not like I'm a fan of sour. Like, I prefer sweet things over sour, but like, if I just want to experience it once. Once in my life, I just want to experience things sour. And then I would go, bleh. Never doing that again, but at least I would have the experience. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be great. I don't even know. I wrote this down in my things to talk about on stream. And then I wrote sour candy, and I don't know why I was talking about sour candy. I don't know why I wrote that. I was probably thinking about candy at the time. I was like, huh. Why did they call it sour when it's mostly sweet? There's this new trend going on nowadays where they take... Well, I think it's been a thing. There's been 2 things I've seen lately. We take an existing candy and we put it in the freeze-dry machine and then it becomes all like poofy. Or we put it in hot chili powder and it becomes spicy and sweet. There's 2 different types of things. It's like, oh, this is hot powder flavor marshmallows. Which genuinely gave me an idea. Do they sell Taki powder by itself? Do they sell Taki powder like just as is? You know what would be really nice? I don't like spice, but I think people who enjoy spice might enjoy it. If they sell Taki powder by itself, or if you buy a bag of Takis, and then they have the powder left over at the bottom, just take some candy and just dump it in. Just dump it in the bottom, shake it around. Like a marshmallow or something. Just shake it around and then there you go. Taki candy. I can't eat Takis, they're too spicy for me, but I think people who like spicy would enjoy that. Which also brings me the idea of, can you imagine if they took a cake, right? Like, you know how you're like, oh, lovely cake, it's so nice. What if they took that cake and they just covered in spicy powder? Would that be weird? Oh no, what is this thing on the outside? Oh, it's citric acid, it's sour, and it's spicy. And then you have a bite. Ooh, that would actually be really nice, like a margarita flavored cake. I saw on TikTok, I don't know why I was recommended this video, but somebody was talking about how flavor profiles in perfumes. You know how perfumes have layers, right? Like normal perfumes. What's a really famous perfume? Black Opium by Dior. right? I believe the notes are vanilla, star anise, I don't remember. They were saying that the notes that are in a perfume, like the base, the top note, the middle note, and then the bottom note, would make a really good flavor for a cake. And so they tried it. They were like, oh, I'm gonna take like a popular aroma. Sorry, that was my elbow cracking. They were like, oh, I'm gonna take this perfume that has notes of cardamom, orange, and like some type of fruit. Like I think it was orange or mandarin. And like a bunch of other things to it. And so they were trying to figure out what's the best combination that they could have. So they could like bergamot. They took like bergamot and then they put it in the base of the cake, and then they had an orange frosting with like an orange jelly with like Earl Grey and green, like something green tea in the frosting, and like they mixed everything all together, and it looks so good. Like those flavors, I've never seen them in a cake before, but I believe them when they said it was good. It looks so interesting, and I was just thinking, like, why don't we do that more often? Why don't we take different flavor combinations and experiment a little? I think chocolate, strawberry, strawberry's kind of rare. Chocolate and vanilla cakes are overrated. I think we should have like different flavor combinations. I think it'd be so cool. Can you imagine? Hey, what flavor is this cake? It's rum. It's my Long Island iced tea cake. There's a half a cup of vodka in here. And then we put like 3/4 cups of gin in the frosting, and then we top it all off with spicy powder and then citric acid. We just make this thing the most sour, spicy combination ever, and then when you bite into it, you have the flavor of the cake, and it's a little bit like spiced. You've got like spice, like a spiced apple cake. Oh, that would be so nice. I think that'd be so cool. I think we should experiment more with flavors in cakes. I think it's a little sad that we're stuck to, oh, basic carrot cake, basic vanilla cake, basic chocolate cake, black forest, red velvet. We should experiment. We should do more things. I want to see variety. I want to see spice. I want to see unconventional flavors. I don't want like, oh, exotic, it's got black sesame in it. No, I want like extremely wild flavors. I want you to combine. I want them to combine lemon. I want them to combine lemon and then try to mix the flavor of Coke. Like Coca-Cola frosting. I want them to dilute and take the essence of Coca-Cola and then put it in the icing on a lemon cake, because I think lemon and Coke go well together. Or Pilk. Can you imagine a Pilk flavored cake? Pepsi icing. If Coca-Cola can have a collab with Oreo, you know that they have those versions, right? Those flavorings. That flavor exists in crystal format. If you can get that flavoring of Pepsi and you mix it with icing, and then you mix it with the icing, and your icing is like creamy, right? Because, you know, frosting is made with buttercream. There you go. Pilk flavored ice cream on a chocolate cake. There you go. Pilk cake. I think that'd be great. I think we should do that more. I think we should experiment. I want a Pilk cake. I want a Pilk cake. I don't care about appearances. I just want it to taste funny. I don't care. I just want it to taste interesting. I want something different. And I would experiment if I was a good baker, but I'm not, so. I am throwing these ideas out into the void with the hopes that somebody out there will have the ability to recreate them. And then if they do, I want them to send me a slice. I want to taste. I want to taste. I'm cooking with these flavors. I think a bakery with these unusual flavors would go great together. And anyways, another thing I wanted to talk about was like celebrities. Not in the celebrities in the sense of like, oh, this is what this so-and-so did. But I saw a post on Twitter that was like, oh, a fond memory I had was when I met Bill Nye the Science Guy. And he said, move out of my way, kid. I don't have time for this. And I was looking at the subreddit of like Bill Nye and everyone's talking about their celebrity stories of when they met like Bill. And they were like, yeah, that dude's like the meanest person on the planet. He did not like kids. And it makes you wonder, like, I wonder how much of it is genuinely because they were just doing it as a job and they don't enjoy what they're doing. Because there's some people out there who do enjoy what they're doing, like Steve from Blue's Clues. Like, that dude genuinely enjoyed his job. He was a nice, wholesome person. Or like Mr. Rogers, I think he was also a really great person. They enjoyed what they did. They enjoyed their like jobs. But there's some people out there who are also like, I don't know, something about them, they're just dead inside. And like, I get it. Nowadays, I think if I was a voice actor or somebody who was pretty famous, who had constantly people coming at you about like, oh my god, it's so-and-so, I want to take a picture, I want an autograph, I want blah blah blah. I wonder how much of it is genuinely being sick of the fandom, or if they just don't like people. They're like, oh man, I just want to do my job and I want to not get recognized anywhere else. Right? I wonder how much of it is that. Or how much of it is just being sick of a fandom. Because nowadays, people have been commenting that as of like the pandemic, a lot of people who have never been exposed to fandom culture before are starting to get interlocked into fandoms, and they are driving people out of fandoms because they don't know how to behave. There's some people out there who will criticize other people based off of decisions and go like, oh, you shouldn't do this because of X, Y, and Z. And then you're like, who are you? Because generally most fandoms are like, if you like something, you interact with people who also like that thing. If you interact with somebody who likes something that you don't enjoy, you just block them and you move on and you ignore it so they don't see it again. There are people out there nowadays who are coming into fandom and it's like for the first time, and then they see things that they don't like and they will go, I don't like this. Don't show this to me. I don't like it. You should stop making it. And then the person who made it is like, hey, if you don't like it, don't interact with me. And then the other person gets offended because they're like, why are you kicking me out? It's like, because that's not, like, if you don't like it, then that's not your thing. Just don't interact with it. And then because they're commenting under it, it recommends them more of that stuff because that's how the algorithm works. So when you have these people in the fandom, I know it's happened to a lot of people who have just kind of blown up out of nowhere. And they have to experience fandom for the first time, like especially people who get major acting roles for the first time in a movie and they have to deal with the sudden popularity of a character or like a thing. I know game creators, like specifically, like one example is the author of Homicipher. When they first came out and then they exploded in popularity, people were harassing the poor dev. There was only, I think, 2 people working on that project, maybe 1 person mainly, and they had to deal with a sudden influx of people on their social media DMing them and commenting under their posts and being all like, when will this come out? When will this come out? I want to see this character more. I want to do this. Can you do that? Blah, blah. And it can be really overwhelming for somebody who's not used to it. So I genuinely do wonder, like, how much of, like, when an actor or people have celebrity stories and they're like, yeah, that person acted like a complete, like, you know, a-hole to me when I saw them because I called out their name as the person I knew them by. And you said, hey, hoping to, like, you know, maybe get an autograph or a picture with them. And then they've reacted because they're human. So I wonder how much of it is because they've just had to deal with the population, the fandom, or if it's just maybe they're not suited to be a celebrity, I guess. They're not a people's person. Or they're an introvert. Anyways, ad is starting in 2 minutes. Let me know what kind of ads you get. I don't know. Or if you even get ads. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, that was a thought that was going through my head when I see celebrity stories and stuff like that. I mean, there's some people out there who genuinely find it funny. Like, some people will roll with it, right? A lot of voice actors tend to be like that. But there are also some people out there who are just like, who don't like the fame. Like, or people who do, but they just never get recognized, like Tony Hawk. I think Tony Hawk stories are super funny. They're always like, hey, you look a lot like this guy named you look like a guy named Tony Hawk. And Tony Hawk is like, haha, yeah. I do, don't I? That's funny. Can you imagine? I think that'd be great. I want to be that recognizable. I want to be like, wow. Somebody stops me. Wow, you sound like this. You sound like so and so. Do you know them? I'd be like, haha, funny. Or, you know, like some people have the whole, wow, your microphone is so nice. You must be a streamer. And I'd be like, haha, I do voice work. I won't even tell them I do a stream. I'll be like, yeah, I do voice acting or something like that. I don't know. Wow, you have such a nice voice. You must be like a streamer or something. Like, yeah. People, when they walk into my room, not that anybody ever does, but if somebody walked into my room and they saw my setup, they'd be like, wow, your phone on a stand. Your phone on a stand and your microphone. Are you a streamer? And I'd be like, no. I make podcasts. Like, I don't know what he's supposed to answer. No, I'm a podcaster. I have the world's worst backdrop ever. I have the world's ugliest backdrop. Behind me is a mirror. It makes my room look extra large. Did you know, apparently a long time ago, they used to do that in elevators to make elevators look bigger for people, specifically way back then when elevators used to be a lot smaller. This is specifically around the, maybe the 80s. Elevators used to be a lot smaller. Traditionally, elevators were called dumbwaiters, and then they decided that they could put people inside. But yes, originally they used to be very small because they fit them into buildings that were already existing. And so they had to find a place to put them. So in order to make people feel less claustrophobic, they would put mirrors in all these buildings, in all the elevators, to make people feel like, oh, there's more space. Because otherwise, you're stuck in a tiny little box that's very tiny, and then you're going like, wow, I'm getting suffocated, right? And it's true, if you want a room to feel larger, just put a mirror. Just put a mirror in it. It's also why some people put mirrors on the ceiling to make the ceiling look higher, or they put mirrors on the walls to make the room feel larger. But it is quite cool to see, like, I don't know, to learn about why things are. That's why I like to recommend everybody to read a book. There's a book called The Origin of Things. What is happening upstairs? Why am I hearing so much stuff moving around? There's a book called The Origin of All Things. I forgot the exact title. It was like The Origin of Everyday Objects, I believe. And it's an old book written like way back, I think in the, I want to say the 70s. But it's still relevant because most of the stuff that they talk about is pretty old things. Like, oh, where did forks come from? Where did the idea of knives come from? Why do forks have 3 prongs? Stuff like that. Or like, why is it called a fork? Or like, what, you know, why is it called a fork? Why does it do this? What is that? Blah, blah, blah. So I think it's pretty interesting. I have to go to the bathroom. But it's also like 12, so I need to go to bed. Because I am not going to bed at 12. No, sorry, I'm not going to bed at 2 a.m. Because, oh my god, my sleep schedule is getting so bad. Every single time I get a new break in my schedule ends up so messed up. I'm trying to end this before we end up in an ad break, but I think we're going to run into one anyway. I'm sorry, guys. Wait a minute. My ad break just ended. What the heck? Okay, well. I didn't know that. Well, that was weird. I know my ads are running. I was just yapping the entire time. Oh well. I said I need to go pee. Is that too, like, I don't know. Hey! Hi, Estella. How are you? I'm sorry. Did you hear that? How are you? I think it's been a while. How are you? What you up to? I'm alive and working in Canva all night. Ooh, what you making? What you up to? What you doing? What you making? I'm making my I was making my schedule earlier today, but I was making it for next week. And I was debating. I was like, maybe I should make a schedule for, like, I don't know, 3 weeks in advance or something. I did plan out my month. I made a schedule template for a friend on my model review graphics. Ooh, fun. Exciting, you're having a model review. That's so cool. Congratulations in advance in case I don't end up making it. Congrats. You're having a like a moving model, right? Like a live 2D model? That's exciting. I know, I've been a PNG for so long. Well, I used to be a PNG. So I know how it feels to just be there. My first live 2D has been 2 years in production. Oh my gosh, 2 years? I could never. If I had something in work for 2 years, I would not be able to, like, keep it a secret. Especially for 2 years. I'm so bad at keeping secrets. I'd just constantly be telling people. I'd be like, hey, did you know? I'm working on this thing. Man, that's cool. My art took over a year over to begin with, and then my rig took 9 months. Oh wow. I mean, rigging does take a while. And then you have to, you know, they have to cut the model, and then they have to piece it all together and make it move. It's complicated. Man, pretty exciting. Congratulations. Are you gonna have, like, a debut? Are you gonna have, like, an official, like, thing? Apparently mine had a ridiculous number of layers. Oh my god, yeah. I know, models that look simple have, like, a lot of layers. It looks like pretty simple. Is it okay to say one? Sure. I don't mind. Yeah. If we're on the topic of it, sure. I think I only have links blocked. That's pretty much it. My 3rd streaming anniversary is March 16th. So I'm doing my debut March 21st, Friday. Cool. Nice. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably shout you out. Ooh, Ace Attorney. Estella is a streamer who does visual novels. They're having a debut, so check them out. How things been going? Pretty well. I mean, kind of slow. I started a new position. I moved up. So it's actually mostly just been adjusting to that schedule, because it's very different from what I was doing previously. So that's thrown me off my schedule. It's been like 6 days since I last streamed. I've been trying to get back into it again. I know previously I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream 2 days a week, and then I kind of missed it completely. I missed like a day, like 1 or 2 here and there, and I was like, ah, shoot. I need to get back. Yeah! I make $1 extra, it's great. I get $1 extra to sit there and do nothing. I'm like, hello, is there anything else I can do? And they're like, no. So that's great, it's chill. I've been mostly just sitting there. Nope. I've just mostly been sitting there, just, I don't know, working on my own projects. I need something else to do. I need to, like, I don't know. There's so much of schedule making that I can do before it gets old. I don't know what else I should be working on when I have the time. It does. Well, I mean, kind of. Not really. A little bit. It's like a little bit of a raise, but not that much. I haven't got my first paycheck, so I don't know the difference, but hey, it's something. I did buy Monster Hunter Wild, so that's pretty exciting. I'll be playing that tomorrow. But yeah, for the most part, it's just been me figuring out my schedule. Working on art, drawing. I can't draw work, though. But I can do, like, graphic design stuff. I've been doing that in, like, online processes. My job does not give raises. I'm rooting for all my friends who can get raises. I don't get raises either. If you want a raise, you have to move positions. So that's what I did. Because they're mandated that when you change jobs, they have to give you a raise. That's how it is for us, yeah. Yep, that's how it is. So, you know, I pretty much did all I could in that position, and I was like, you know what, I should do something else. So I moved departments, and I'm now somewhere else. Keep moving up? Yeah. I mean, for now, it's actually pretty nice. Like, I don't do anything. It's great. It's a great job where I just don't do anything. Before I was doing a lot, like I was in a fast-paced job. Being busy all the time, and then now that I'm up, like, I've moved up and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, man, I feel like I should be doing something, but there's nothing to do. And then people in my department are like, don't worry, we'll have times where we'll have like a lot of paperwork and then you won't be saying that anymore. But right now, it's just so slow and boring. But thank you. It's great though. Like, I get to sit there, and then I've just been reading. My manager was like, yeah, I don't care what you do. You can listen to music. You can watch TV. You can watch TV on your phone. You can, like, get on your phone, as long as you don't make it obvious that you're, like, obviously on your phone, you know? If you do it on your desk and then when somebody walks by you like hide it, sure. And I was like, wow, this job is so chill. That's amazing. But yeah, most of the time I've just been on my computer trying to like edit stream graphics and making some things. I keep going like chill job, busy job, chill job, busy job, yeah. I mean, my job previously was just like, I don't know, depending on the hour, it'd be like super busy, 50 people, and then chill. And then nobody would come in for like 2 hours. And then it'd be super busy. And then it'd be chill. And then it'd be super busy, and then like chill for the rest of the day, and we'd all just be sitting there. But even then, when there's like nothing to do and you're just sitting there, there's always something to do. They're like, oh, you can, you know, you can scan papers, you can organize things, you can file. But here, everything's done. Everything's been done. There's nothing to do. I'm like, man, like I should go and organize a supply closet. I should go and like reorganize my files on my computer. That's how bored I am. So I've just been going on like, for some reason AO3 isn't blocked, so I've been reading fanfiction. I'm just sitting there reading my fanfiction. From far away it looks like I'm doing work. But up close, nah. But it's great. It's good. It's going well. I'm hoping to get back into my regular consistent schedule. My wife has been on a huge fanfic binge. What fandoms? Not specific fandoms, because I read fanfics based off of like specific tags. So if I'm like, oh, I really want to read a modern college AU, I'll just look up the tag like college AU and I find something that looks interesting. But right now I've been reading fanfic from Supernatural and Mo Daozushu, like The Untamed. Yeah, they're pretty interesting. I just read one about like fake dating. Like a fake dating AU is really cute. 23,000 words. Great. It's like, I always find fanfics with super long word counts. And I'm like, man, this is practically a book. Especially when you see the word count, it's like 50k. You're like, yeah, that's definitely a book. My wife has been reading a lot of Heaven's Official Blessing fics. Oh, they're so nice. I do find it a little bit funny when they call them like, you know, the whole Mandarin names. But it's very obviously set in not Asia. It's like, what do you mean this person lives in Brooklyn? And then they say Shizun. Like, what? But the ones that are pretty well written are, like, take place in that area. Yeah, it's, like, so odd. I'm like, okay, yeah, like... You're gonna call them Ayuan. You're gonna call them Ayuan. And they live in Brooklyn, like, hello? But yeah, I love their dynamic. I love couples where they bicker. That's my favorite dynamic that I read. But funnily enough, I have not read actual Heaven's Official Blessing. I haven't read the actual thing. I think I got to maybe chapter 40 something of the original novel, and then I just stopped because it just kept going. That thing, it reads like an adventure novel. Like, they're just constantly going on adventures, and I'm like, flash back, flash forward, flash back. They go to flash back, and then they're defeating monsters, and then they go to the present time, and they're having like a war. They're having some kind of political issue. I don't know. It's good. Like, I know I've heard it's good, but I cannot get through the fact that every single time they have a flashback, they're just going on a casual adventure. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go fight demons. And it's like 40 chapters of it. Like, no. But it is good. I think it'd be easier for me if I watched the anime. Because at least the anime, they fast forward a lot of parts. But then again, I do consume like all my fandom stuff through fanfiction, so if they're like, oh yeah, this is one of those like fix, I'm like, yeah, that happened in the anime, that happened in the book, I guess. The anime's good, I'm excited for more. I caught up to the anime. Ooh. I've been meaning to watch it. I watched SVSS. What's it called? Scum Villain Saving System. It's Xiaotong, I think the author's first work. I watched the anime. That anime was janky. But I read the novel. That one's like shorter. I like that one. Yeah. There's also the other one. There are other works for the same thing called, I believe. I got behind you 4 years ahead of me, yeah. There's another one by the same author too. I believe it's like it's not Heaven, it is Heaven's Official Blessing. There's like Heaven's Official Blessing, and then there's like Demonic Cultivator or something. I don't remember. There's like 3 series that they've had that are like pretty well known. You can tell the author has like a specific taste. It's always the cultivation novels, but it's good. I like the author. Good for them. I've really only mostly read Scum Villain Saving System, so I'm not really one to read like cultivation novels, but it is pretty interesting. Like when I was getting into some parts of Heaven's Official Blessing and the other one, like the whole exorcising demons and like slice of life is nice. But man, is it long. It takes forever. I mean, I should watch that anime. Every single time I try to go back to read it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember why I stopped. I've had a couple of novels that I've been trying to read and they just never finish. Like, I've been trying to read... Oh my god, I think I'm on chapter 397 of Orvi, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. By the way, the live action, oh my god, what are they doing? The live action of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint is a mess! Why do they have guns? I'm so close to the end of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, I just haven't finished it yet. They're on their, like, 4th Great War. And I think once I make it past that point, it starts getting to the epilogue, but I have yet to finish it. I know the ending, so I'm not missing out on much, but I'm like, oh, oops. I should finish it someday. Which is ironic, because I have, like, caught up to a bunch of other series of light novels and stuff that I was reading. Like, what's it called? SSS Ranked Suicide Hunter, or... What was I reading? The Hunter Wants to Live Peacefully, something like that. A couple of them. Or Choose Your Heroes Carefully, those are all really good. I recommend. Then again, like, I do like novels that are very, what are they called? Based in video games. I don't know why. Every single time they have like a series and the AU is like, oh, this is about a video game. This is about a character in a video game. I'm like, heck yeah. I want to read a story about a video game. I want to read a story about like RPGs. That's what I want. And there's so many good ones out there. I'm like, it's so nice. I'll read the anytime I see a series, like a fantasy series or like a fic that has like, oh, this person they get stuck in a video game or they play a game where it's about like a streamer or something. I'm like, heck yeah. I'm in, I'm locked in. I've read almost all of the stories about that. Which is funny because long time ago, I used to really enjoy reading fantasy novels. So anytime they were like, oh, this person's like, I don't know, they're like a magic user, they're like a witch. They're learning how to use magic. They've just, the whole, like, you know, those plots where the YA novel. So-and-so inherited her grandfather's will and now she has to go to a magic school where she discovers the existence of magic, like the whole Harry Potter plot, right? Or just like fantasy novels in general where they get like transported to another world, which is the OG isekai. The whole like Narnia is an isekai. But Narnia, like Dorothy doesn't die. I mean, does she die? Questionable. She does get hit by a mode of transportation and gets transported to another world. So in a way, maybe it can be considered like a borderline isekai, or the same thing with Alice in Wonderland. Like anytime a character goes to a new world, I used to be so into that. I used to be like, hell yeah. That's like the most interesting thing I've ever read. But then nowadays, I've gotten into like, you know, whole animes and manhwas and stuff, and it's all like, oh, isekai and fantasy, and I'm like, this is my fantasy. Isekai, this is my fantasy. I no longer read like whole, because YA novels have gotten really oversaturated nowadays. Like, no, I don't want to read the 50th novel of I meet the fairy prince in a forest, and then I discover dark secrets of the elf kingdom. No. I want overworked, tired 40-plus-year-old salaryman get hit by truck and get sent to another world where they live out their power fantasy scaling dreams. Like, that nowadays is a little bit more appealing than 40 chapters of Elf King loves me. I swear I gotta read light novels now on YA stuff because my attention span is not ready for long novels. Yeah. I've stopped reading YA novels. I can't do it anymore. I went to a store and then I pulled a random YA novel off the shelf and I had to put it back because they're just sad retellings nowadays. They're not creative. I miss when they used to be creative. Like, I remember one time I was reading one and it was like, she's been selected by the fairy king, and it turns out that she was not the chosen one, it was her brother. And her brother gets with the elf king. And I was like, oh man, what a twist. She's not meant to bring the kingdom together, she was meant to ruin it. That was a wild story. I was like, what is happening? But it was so good, it was so like different. Nowadays, I pull one off and they're like, oh, this is the legend retelling of Circe, but from like a high school girl's perspective. She's the reincarnation of Persephone. I'm like, what is this? What is this high school drama where she's like that? Like, what is... Where is my creative retellings? I need drama. I can't do it anymore. So that's why I've stopped reading YA novels and now I just read fan fiction or light novels or manga or manhwa. I swear they do it so much better. But then again, once in a while, I think I should read. I should read YA novels again. I need to get back into reading super long stories because, like, genuinely, I've been wanting to read Six of Crows because I've heard it's really good. I haven't had the time though. Or like a couple of other stories that I've had a long time ago that I've been meaning to read for so long, but I just couldn't find it in libraries. And I remember being really sad because I was like, I want to read it. Like the whole, what was that fantasy series? Grimworld? It's like, no. Cinder. That series where they do creative retellings of like the fairy tales, but every single character is in like a steampunk setting. Like Cinder, right? She's supposed to be Cinderella, but she's in a like a steampunk face setting, and then the person that she meets is he's like he's not an actual werewolf. I believe he's called like a wolf because he used to be in a like a hunter or something. And he's like a cyborg and it's really cool, and she eventually does get prosthetic legs too. And it's set in like a steampunk like fantasy setting. It's really, really cool. And then all the other characters in their other books, that author's other books, are also based off of like different fairy tales, but in such a unique way that I haven't seen before, and it's really, really cool. So there's a lot of books out there that have been written that are, I guess, different that I've been meaning to read, but I haven't had the time. I've just been mostly reading manga. I've been reading so much manga. Mostly food manga, because I'm like, heck yeah. I just want to look at pictures of pretty food. I just want to look at pictures of pretty food, and I want to get, like, recipes. So, that's what I've been into lately. That's fair. Yeah. I should read. At the same time, I'm like, oh. 6 chapters or like, you know, 24 chapters of like a really short food manga where they just go to restaurants and they eat food that looks really good. It makes me hungry and I'm like, oh man, I want to go. I keep recommending trashy josei to people. Heck yeah. As you should. As you should. Why is it called trashy? Is it like... I can't even think of like how... Like, what's considered trashy josei? I mean, I've seen like trashy shoujo. I'll read trashy josei, trashy yaoi, no standards here. Honestly, mood. I'll read trashy yuri. I'll read trashy yaoi. I'll read trashy anything. If the plot's interesting, I'll read it. Midnight Secretary, it's trashy. Ooh. I don't think I've ever read anything that's considered trashy. Like, I think most stories I've read are pretty good. Unless you count like manhwas and it's obviously like, wow. None of these characters have character development. They're just here for fighting and that's it. It's just drama constantly. Which I guess that's the definition of trashy, right? All they do is fight. It's just like every five chapters there's a new misunderstanding and they don't resolve it and they just keep going. It's like Boston Supernatural. Boston Secretary but Supernatural 95%, the guy being trashed and the lady falling in love somehow. Oh no. Oh my god. I love when they have the tag psychological. When they have the tag psychological and it's obviously not psychological, it's just abuse. Too pretty though, I don't know, girl date me instead. Me with the Office blind date. I was like, her alter persona? I'm like, hell yeah. It's like, I can't tell if I want, like, her or him. I'm like, well, you know, sugar daddy, but at the same time, she pretty. Have I read Wotakoi? I have! I actually finished it. I love the side couple a little bit more. Kabakura and, what's her name? I forgot her name. The green hair lady. They are goals. I love them. I want to date the cosplayer. I forgot her name. No, Narumi is the girl. The main character. I forgot her name. The green hair lady with the glasses, right? Listen, she can pull off a really hot guy. I'm married but my wife would approve. I married a cosplayer? Oh, that's so nice. I love their relationship. They're so cute. I know, that's why I married my wife, Hawkeye Factor. Yeah! Listen, if you date a cosplayer, and then they also, like, you know, they do cross-dress, like crossplay, I think they call it, like when they dress as the opposite gender, you get 2 in 1. You get like a hot guy that's also a girl. Oh, did you see the manga? Well, I guess it was a Twitter pixific, right? The guy I was into was actually a girl all along. You know that one where they got really into music? It's getting an anime adaptation. Everyone get you a cosplay husband or wife for real. If not, if you can't find a cosplay husband or a wife, get a guy who will wear a maid dress. I will have to watch that. Yeah, I recommend. It's so cute. It's so cute. They're one of the girls, she dresses like really punk, and then the other person like mistakes her as a guy. Lately, we've been watching The Apothecary Diaries. Ooh, it's so good. I read the manga. I love it. I love Mao Mao. She is such a mood. I too would do unethical things for curiosity. I love it. I love like the mix of detective work and like her knowledge. It's really cool. I remember reading it like a long time ago when it was first coming out, and I was like, yeah, this reminds me a lot of like Ace Attorney. The whole like detective stuff, but not as like goofy. Not as goofy, but definitely like the whole investigation stuff is cool. She's very smart. I'm back. I had a lot of food. Did you have your bulldog and your potato? How was it? Apothecary is pretty good. I've also been watching The House. I keep calling it House MD. It's not. It's like Doctor something detectives. Dr. Emamaku Doctor Detective, something like that. It's okay. They're really wild stories. They're really wild. It's like, what is happening? Do I like melodramatic shows? Depends. If it's only melodrama, I tune out, but if there's character development, I'll watch it. Like, I really like Blue Hearts. Akemi MD, yeah. Hey, Emmy. It's been so long, hi. How's your day been? It's been really wet, really good. I had a nosebleed today. It was great. I haven't... Well, no. I need a cross on my calendar. It's been like... It's been 2 weeks since I last had a nosebleed. One of my favorite J-dramas is about heart surgeons and the music is epic and the story makes me cry a lot, but it's melodrama a lot. Ooh. I don't really watch a lot of J-dramas or K-dramas. I prefer like anime. But that's cool. I remember watching like, once in a while I would see an episode of Grey's Anatomy and I'm like, wow, this is so dramatic. Like that one whole scene of, what's the guy, they call him like Dr. Hottie, when he dies in a car accident and they start playing chasing cars. They watched that episode when I was in school. And then everybody, like all the girls in the class, they turned off the lights and then all the guys were sitting in the back on their phones. And everybody was crying. And I was sitting in the back like, what is happening? It's like that, yeah. There was one I read that was pretty good. It was about like a pet hospital. That one was sad. I read a manhwa about a pet hospital. It was pretty cute. I think it literally is called Pet Hospital. It is. It was sad. There was a couple of like really sad stories. But it was good. I read a BL manga about a pet detective agency. I think I know that one you're talking about. It is cute. There's another one I read about like a witch and his like cat. That's also kind of similar. The delinquent guy, yeah. Or is it? It's like a witch gets a familiar and then the familiar is like a cat, yeah. Yeah, the guy turns into a cat. It's cute. I think. I don't remember. I just know that one of the guys has like black hair. I miss nosebleeds. You miss nosebleeds until you have one and then you remember why it's so inconvenient to have one. Yeah, I've read so many. I've read so many BLs. Oh, what other animes am I watching right now? I've been watching... I almost fell down a webtoon rabbit hole with Covenant. Ooh. I think I was reading... I made it out alive. Oof. I was reading a couple, but they all discontinued. I'm so sad. I was reading one called Wanted. I was reading one called Spectre. I was reading one called... Oh my god, I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name. It was about time travel, but it was cool. I've read a couple of them. They're pretty interesting. Like, barely could be called BL or like yaoi because there was absolutely no romance, but it could be like seen as romance, I guess. The dude was just obsessed with the other person and you're like, well, either they're really creepy and like it's not romantic in any way. They don't even do anything together. And you're like, okay. What, Shonen AI? Shonen AI? That is not BL. You're like, plausible, maybe, but they don't even kiss. That was my experience with like psychological BL. I was like, Story-wise, really good. Everything else, I don't know. I just read it for the plot. What other ones am I reading? No, sorry. What other anime am I watching? Ooh, I've been watching Ave Musica. Ave Musica is pretty good if you like musicals and psychological, not psychological horror, but like psychological, dark psychological animes, which also involve music. It's pretty interesting. It's part 2 of the MyGo series of Bang Dream. I was meaning to watch that. I love their music. It is good. The storytelling is actually really interesting. If you've watched Girls Band Cry, the anime is entirely in 3D, but they also do up-close scenes that are animated in 2D. And it makes it really, really cool. They blend 2D and 3D really, really well. So when they show emotions and they zoom in on the face and expressions and stuff, they'll do it in 2D to show more like emphasis, I guess, to do like details. But then when they're normally like moving around and stuff, it's all, once in a while they'll have a 2D shot, but most of the time it's like 3D. Which is like, they render the models so well, it's really hard to tell. And I was like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen an anime that has like this well rendered 3D models. Normally when I see an anime with 3D, I'm like, oh, you can tell that's 3D because of the lighting and stuff, but this is really good. But yeah, the anime is pretty good. It's pretty interesting. I like the creative uses that they do when they go back and forth between one of the characters and her like inner mind and how like she thinks and stuff. It's really interesting. I didn't watch the first season, so I have no idea what's happening, but they do kind of clarify. What else am I watching? I've been watching the Sakamoto Days. Oh my gosh, did you see the Project Sekai collab with OnStars? They did some 3D, not only anime for some OnStars backstories that were nicely animated. Ooh, cool. Yeah, most, I sure did, yeah. There was, most musical animes, I guess. Most of the anime musicals I've seen are, all 2D. The ensemble and Sekai vids? Oh, I'm pretty sure they're out there somewhere. I want to watch the Project Sekai movie. It hasn't been out in English theaters yet, so I'm kind of sad. Rui remains tall. He is a beanpole. It's so funny. They put him in the OnStars world, and everyone, I remember, overseas, like in Korea and Japan, everyone was going like, why is he so short compared to like Project Sekai when he's standing next to the girls? And then the moment they put him in like, they put him in OnStar Sekai world, and he's so proportionate. They're like, wow, he's so tall. He got along well with Natsume. R.I.P. R.I.P. I love seeing videos of Tsukasa with what, I don't know the other guy's name. But those two have so much energy, they're just running around the stage. I'm like, they are made for each other. They're like two peas in a pod. They're running around stage, like jumping. I saw the music video, I was like, wow. They are non-stop. Them in the background just running around, I'm like, yep. They're so cute. That was such an unexpected collab. It was interesting. And then I remember you were talking about like the art style differences. They're like, who the heck is this? What's it called? The art style differences of like the way they model characters. The art style difference, like the cards and everything. They're like, wow. They look like completely different characters. Because I know Sekai, Project Sekai has very distinct... Well, they both have their charms, you know, like Project Sekai mostly has like girls, so their art style's a lot more cutesy. And meanwhile, like OnStars is mostly guys, so like you have people who are, they're like guy models. Compared to like proportions and stuff, so that was pretty interesting to see. What else am I watching? I don't remember. I was watching Sakamoto Days, I was watching the Avamijika, I was watching what's it called? I think that's it, really. I was watching Avamijika, I was watching the Doctor Detective one, I was watching... That reminds me, I need to watch like season 7 of Natsume Yuujincho. I need to watch season 7 of That's Amazing Show. Ooh, and then there was also a couple of movies that I wanted to watch too. That are like coming out soon. But that can wait. I'll do that later. What else? I know that this season, well, not this season, but next season, they're coming out with a couple of sequels for some animes. So I'm looking forward to those. And then a couple of shoujos. Like, some shoujos are coming out. Like, I know right now, Honey Lemon Soda. I haven't read the manga or watched the anime, so I've heard some people say it's good, but I don't know. It's like, you know, your typical shoujo romance, which I don't read too much of. I'm just looking forward to, I think, maybe next season's anime. Oh yeah, what's it called? More... Oh, Link Click Season 3. I'm trying to remember what other animes are coming out. Link Click Season 3, not the Britain arc, but the actual... The continuation of Season 2. Not the Britain arc. That's like a side story. But if you haven't watched Link Click, I recommend everybody to watch it. It's so good. There's like time traveling, there's like really good storytelling, the animation is beautiful, the openings and the endings, bangers, the music is so good. Baija is the, they have the same artist, the same, what's it called, musician? Band? Yeah, the same band do the intros and the endings for almost all of their seasons, with exceptions for like a couple, but their music is so good. Like, they do rapping, they do like songs in English, so it goes. Show again, I got my ears past my end of the window. Link Click. Link Click. Link Click. It's so good. It's a Chinese anime. They did collab with OnStar. They did? Why are they in there? It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Doomed yaoi. Like, the first season, there are some episodes that will make you cry, but it's like wholesome, you know? They put the OP things in OnStars and we got special cards and outfits. Ooh, cool. I know, like, they have a lot of random collabs in OnStars. Like, I remember one time there was like a collab with, what was it, Arknights? Like, there's always something. I remember seeing on my Twitter feed, they're like, what? What is happening? There's like, I love when random games have collabs with each other that, like, in a million years you would not have guessed. Like when Muse Dash had a collab with like Arknights and you were like, what? The ones in Global are odd, but back a million years ago in JP they had one with Yoa Pira. Oh my gosh. Because the first thing is I went and logged in for the first time many years ago, so that while Yoa Pira guy was an adult. Amazing. Can you, like, it just, like, what? Oh my gosh, I remember there was like a Hatsune Miku collab with OnStars. She was in the game for a little bit. You were like, what? She's just there. They put a bunch of Vocaloids in there, and people were saying, wow, Hatsune Miku's 3D like model is really well done. They've done two? Cool. And then there's like the Sanrio collabs that I find there've been a lot of recently. Chwink. Switch and doing cover Tell Your World. I love their band name. Their group name, Chwink. Yeah, cool. Chwink. Yeah, Hatsune Miku. She was just there. Can I DM you the link to cards? Yeah, sure. I want to see the cards. I remember I think I've seen some of them maybe like a long time ago, but I forgot. It's done in the style, right? Like Inplic. Inplic is the character designer. Like they're really pretty. Or at least some of the cards were in the style. But yes, I recommend you watch it. It's so good. Made me cry. I watched it twice. And then like right now the fandom's kind of going through a crisis because everyone's trying to analyze the timeline. Yeah, it's good. It's really well written. Uh-oh. What else? If you've watched Alien Stage, Wage came out. Wait a minute, it's almost Friday. That means Alien Stage, Twitter's gonna release something tomorrow. We're all about to have another bad time. They usually publish like a little comic or they'll publish an illustration. And it's also the days when the music videos come out and everyone's like, no. It's wild. Ooh. Cool. Oh, it's from the, this looks like it's from the second. I saw the cards you DM'd me, and they look like from the second season's opening. There's a specific scene in the second season's opening where they're like falling off a building. Cool. It's so interesting seeing like the art style for different games. Ooh, fancy. And it's super cool. I kind of want to see like the cards, like you know how in Project Sekai they do different they do different art styles. Like the Night Court cards are really cool looking. And then when you flip them, they have like some of them are like very brightly colored, some of them are like that oversaturated bright color look, or the pastel kind of colors. I kind of miss. Yeah, I like the different art styles that they do in Project Sekai. They're really cool. Uh-oh, I have an ad coming up in 3 minutes. I follow certain series, but I don't like actually play the games. I just follow them on Twitter and I see like people posting about it once in a while, and I also see so much fan art. And I'm like, oh, I guess this game had a new character released, or I guess this game has something happening. And I just see like stuff happening. I'm like, okay. That's me with Project Sekai, yeah. That's me with OnStars. That's me with This is me with Hypnosis Mic or like a bunch of other music projects. I just see stuff happening. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty. That's cool. There's some kind of event going on. I love watching people lose it on Twitter. It's great. It's so fun. I'm like, I'm not here. but I'm watching from a distance as people freak out. I'm here for the BNGs, yeah. I love watching people go off the deep end about fandoms. Like, sometimes I follow people because, like, they post a lot of news stuff and they're like, you know, fan accounts and whatever. But whenever you see their favorite character, quotation mark, whenever you see, like, quotation mark, like, favorite character show up or, like, some event is with them and they're, like, absolutely blasting my TL with posts. With 50 million screenshots and like, oh my god, blurry screen cap, my favorite character, my baby, like stuff like that, right? I'm like, yeah, you do you, have fun. It's so funny. I love that. Or I'll just randomly be getting something trending. Like, remember, I don't know if you were there, but Mizuki, when Kaito Night Court came out, or when Mizuki main card story 5, right, came out, it was showing up in the trending for like the entire country. It was like like number 3 on the main trending page, and people were like, who is this character? And why am I seeing this everywhere? It was the same thing for Alien Stage when Ivan Till round came out. And everyone's like, who are these two guys and why are they kissing? And then it dragged a bunch of people into Alien Stage, and now people are like, oh yeah, that's the show where like they're like singing. So when something like goes crazy popular and it like blows up and everyone's like, what is happening? I think ads are running right now. I'm sorry. But yeah. It's just like when something blows up and everyone's like, what's happening? What is this? I love that. It's like so out of context. Oh my god, it's 1 AM. Oh no, I'm not gonna click that. Milgram is confusing people this week? Oh yeah. I've seen... I am confused. I haven't caught up with that in a little bit. It's like been a hot minute since I've seen it. They were like, yeah, so-and-so character died, and then so-and-so character is an alternate timeline, and then now this is happening. I'm like, what? What's happening? What's happening? It's been a while since I've seen it. I should look into it. Which reminds me, I need to watch, I kind of want to watch... Not watch. Is it watch? Hikaru My Light. It's like a little mini YouTube series of like a little animation project that somebody did. And there's no, it's not voice acted, it's just like music and then like words. Like it's just animated, basically. It's just pretty animation, and I remember people talking about the story. Hikaru Be My Light, I think it's called. And then the ending, they have like a whole music video song coming like for it. It's pretty nice. Uh-oh. But yeah. There's a lot of projects that I've been watching or like been meaning to, I guess, look into more. Because I listen to the music exclusively and I'm like, wow, maybe I should figure out what it's about. Like, I don't know, season 2 of Milgram, I watched a couple of music videos and I don't remember what was happening. I remember like listening to the music and being like, wow, this song's good. What is it? What's happening? Yeah, it's like 1 AM and I might go to bed. Because I have to get up early tomorrow, again. And I'm gonna send you off to somebody, but I don't know who to send you off to. Let's see here. Alright, I'm going to go to bed. I'm gonna send you off to somebody. We might send you off to May and Faye. I don't know who or which one. Maybe Faye? Oh, only... Never mind, they're both streaming. I'll send you off to May. I'm going to go to bed. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming by, or stopping by. Have a good time and good night, and I will be streaming maybe tomorrow with Monster Hunter Wilds because I did buy that. Good night. Take care. Stay hydrated. I need to go to the bathroom. I've been meaning to go to the bathroom and then I forgot, so. Good night, everybody.